So would you like to go on holiday at the expense of HMRC? Well, if you would like to, watch this video as I show you how. Hi there, my name is Simon Misiewicz. I'm your Finance and Tax Director. I'm here to help you grow your wealth, to increase your sales, reduce your costs, but still pay a lot less tax. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how HMRC will pay for your holiday. So let's get into the detail. So what you might want to do is read the website, which the URL is below this video, so you can read at a later stage. But it talks about employee expenses. So this is typically for those that have a limited company, I'm talking about here, and they're sending you as a director or an employee away on a trip. And I'll go into some examples later on. There are some areas that I want to cover off, and I'm going to highlight those just now. So the first thing I'm going to highlight is the providing travel. So that's the aircraft, the buses, the taxis, the trains, etc. Accommodation, bearing in mind we talk about holiday hotels, maybe. We've also got meals and other subsistence whilst traveling. So the keeping you going is in fact subsistence, so food, drink, that kind of thing. So let's go into the detail then of what this is in terms of how it can help you save tax whilst getting paid to go on holiday, as an example. There's another page that I'd like you to look at, which is the Employment Income Manual. Again, really useful if you want to go to a bit more of a deep dive into the things I'm talking to you about today. But let's take advantage of a holiday. Who can really benefit from this? Well, you may be going on a course. You may travel to a different city, a different country. You might decide to go to that event, but make a holiday out of it. The travel itself may be a day. The travel back may be a day. But in between, you may have the course, and you might want to extend the time that you're there for holiday purposes. Why not? And then you have the people that go on for meetings. So people that have network meetings, those people that have business meetings, those kind of things again means that you have to travel to a different city, you might have to a different country, and therefore you need to travel. You may decide, well, actually I'm going to spend a few days there just to enjoy it. And finally, you may be a real estate property investor that wants to look for properties. Again, if you have a limited company and your limited company is going to be purchasing these properties, again, as a company, it could send you out looking for these properties. And it's best to always have meeting agendas, booking agents to confirm the times that they are going to meet with you and see these properties. So what can you claim as a legitimate business expense, which means you can offset that against your profits, therefore reducing the tax liability for your company? Well, the travel itself. So if you're going to be traveling to an event, a meeting, or seeing properties, the travel there will be allowed, the travel back will be allowed as well. So all of the expense of going on from your home into a taxi to the airport or to the train station will be allowed. The train itself, the plane itself, those costs would be allowed unless we're talking about buying a plane here. No, I'm clearly talking about just traveling on those vehicles. Your hotel stays, you can have the stay if you're going to, let's say, a networking event or a meeting that's going to last 2 days. Well, you can have the day before in a hotel, the 2 days of the event itself, and then potentially the day after, depending on when things finish. So you've got a good room for maneuver of how much you can put against your company your profits. Now, let's imagine that you want to stay for 7 nights. Well, we've already identified in this particular event, it's 4. So you would have 4/7, which would be allowed to be offset against the profits of your limited company. And of course, lastly, there is food. So there are allowances you have to be reasonable about this, but you can have your breakfast. Maybe that's in the hotel itself. Maybe lunch if you go to Starbucks or something like that. And a relatively, I would say, sensible, cheap meal in the evenings. I'm not talking about Michelin star here where you take all your friends out. I'm talking about just for you, and you go for an evening meal that may be £25–30 or something like that. So it can be reasonable, not unreasonable, to be able to offset those costs against your profits. So this may be a fantastic opportunity for you to have a holiday at the expense of HMRC, because they're paying for the hotels. They are paying for the what? Not HMRC aren't getting their check. Oh, how much are you traveling on this expense? Let me write a. No, what I mean by that is you can offset the cost against your taxable profits. So why not make use of it and go on holiday? And before I leave you, I'm obviously talking about tax savings here, but why not save on the actual cost of travel itself? Whether that's staying in hotels, if you've got car hire, or if you're traveling by plane. I personally use Skyscanner. It is a great platform for you to look at where you're going, and it will compare hundreds of travel arrangements, and you can then pick and choose which one is the cheapest and the most convenient for you. The car hire is fantastic because you don't just go on one site, it scans all the best deals for you. So brilliantly, you can save not just on tax, but you can also reduce the cost of going to an event, staying in a hotel, and traveling around whilst you're at it. So if you have any questions about this, please make sure that you type your questions below this video, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a good thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to this channel so you get notified every single time. Would you like to grow your business, increase the sales of your products or services? Well, why not sponsor our next video? Please drop me an email to understand the opportunities. You may wish to understand how to implement this strategy within your business, within your investment portfolio. Well, why not book a call with me, Simon Misiewicz, your Finance Tax Director, for at least an hour to understand how we can help you grow your business without paying the tax.